Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about balding, why people bald, or better said, men, how it works, all that kind of stuff. So, fellow baldmen, I know, pretty long already, but let's get started. Starting off with bald by choice versus bald by nature. Of course, bald by choice is pretty easy. Someone chooses to be bald, shave it off. I started personally with a real short buzz cut because of skin irritations on my scalp. I've used lotions, all kind of stuff. Didn't really help. Still have irritations. It is what it is. On my journey on YouTube, I came across how-tos for buzz cuts and shaving on a popular channel, Bald Cafe. Pretty sure you're all familiar with it, and otherwise check it out. Bald Cafe really helped, or Harry from Bald Cafe really helped me with his videos and his information about razors and trimmers, and I really learned a lot of him the last years, I have to say, because I actually always dreamed of a buzz cut or a real short head. Because of my irritations, which I have for many years. Later on, I chose to shave it all off, which I will do today or perhaps tomorrow because it's quite lengthy already. This is of course very different from being bald by nature. I refer herein to the hereditary hair loss with age, which is of course the most common balding process in men, also a bit in women, but it's Bald and Beardsmen, so I talk only about the men. Starting of course with the iconic male pattern baldness, slowly creeping up to an open dome, or an aisle on the head, to eventually full baldness, or perhaps only some hair on the side. My note herein is, of course, that not all men will go bald. My grandfather, for example, still has pretty much a lot of hair for his age, because he's late 90s and still has, a reasonable amount of hair on his head. And going on to why do men go bald? It's interesting to talk about why men go bald in the first place. I am of course not a medical specialist. In particular, the Nordwood Hamilton scale shows the typical expected progression of the balding process, which you inherit genes for baldness, very prominently genes apparently. The occurrence and the development of male pattern baldness, known as androgenic alopecia, depends on endocrine factors and genetic predispositions you have. Long story short, and easier said of course, if it runs in the family, you probably can't outrun it. So what can you do? There are many options, like wearing a wig, of course, which is quite expensive and can't really imagine it feels good to wear. Never tried it, but it seems to me a bit itchy. You can, of course, do hair transplants, also expensive, of course, with an operation and time off from work and everything. You have minoxidil. These are lotions which can help with the hair growth in a lot of cases. Notice not always, and also it can take up to 6 months for the first measurable results. Last one, of course, and one I would choose personally, is to trim and or shave. There are a couple of things you need to keep in mind. Sun protection, of course, use a daily SPF lotion, strong enough for the place you live in. Cleaning the build up of oils and dirt. need to be scrubbed away, and of course cold protection, in particular for your sinuses. You don't want to mess with your sinuses. So on the screen you see the link to a video called Trim versus Shave. See you there.